Yeah, well, do you want to... Here's some things on the docket for tonight.
All right.
We got to have Spencer come up, our dungeon master.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We're going to have Spencer come up, and he's going to just talk to us, you and me.
Spencer, whom we met last week. Right?
Yes, I brought a dungeon master up on stage who volunteered to talk to us about Dungeons and Dragons, and Spencer's going to come up, talk to us a little bit about the kinds of characters we might like to play in a Dungeons and Dragons game, and then he'll take his seat. There's a lovely commemorative Sharpie pen under it for him. And then next week. Then he'll, present our characters to us, and that'll be another. I got to try to. It's a weekly step-by-step baby steps. I don't know where that's going to go. Are we going to end up playing Dungeons and Dragons on the podcast here at Harmontown? Will we 3 weeks from now? Will we have a table up on stage, and we'll just do a little segment where we do a little baby chapter of an adventure with a dungeon master? Will Spencer be our dungeon master? Or having rolled our characters, will he abdicate that throne? Will we audition, as I suggested we might, other dungeon masters and each week and see how they work for us? I don't know. I don't plan that far ahead. I'm a bad planner. I stick pens up my ass. That is not a guy who is thinking about Wednesday on Monday. That's
Sha la 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 la, live for today.
That is a man who DMs his carpes. Please welcome to the stage for those of you who were here last week or listened to it last week. Sorry, I totally blue-balled your applause there. I'm sorry about that. But for those of you here last week or listening to it last week, I said I want to play Dungeons and Dragons on the podcast. I think somebody needs to roll characters for us. I needed immediately. I'm so out of touch with the world of Dungeons and Dragons. The books I own are from '89, and thank you. Applause for a year. It was applause for a year. Someone applauded a year. So we brought this guy up. He shot his hand up when I said, who knows anything about Dungeons and Dragons? Who's a dungeon master? Spencer raised his hand coming up, and so I talked to him after the show. I think we should edit all this out because I'm explaining a bunch of redundant bullshit. But let's bring our character, the guy who's going to create Jeff and I's first level Dungeons and Dragons characters to the stage. It's Spencer, everybody. Bring him up.
How's it going?
Here he is. Now, at risk, Jeff, you're like for those listening. Do we want to describe Spencer? He really does scream Dungeon Master.
I would say 6'5", 4. How tall is he? 6'4".
6'4".
6'4". Bearded, hair, pretty long. Metallica length hair, lower scapula length hair. He's bespectacled and kind of like intellectual small glasses. He's got a t-shirt, some plaid shorts. He's very casually dressed. I would have pictured a top hat and a cloak, but but it's a podcast.
There's different kinds of Dungeon Master. We'll
edit that part out. He has a leather top hat and goggles on that. The goggles aren't on his face; they're on the hat. And he's wearing a jacket that goes down to the floor, and there's 18 buckles on it. He has pockets on each arm, each of which are clearly carrying a weapon. And he has a dice satchel.
That's not true. No, I want people to really know.
He's a very casual dungeon master.
He looks like it's casual Friday at the Norse pillager village. On the Viking ship.
Yes, it's Biz Cash Fry during the Norman invasion.
It's laundry day on Eric the Red's boat.
Right.
It's a big bushy beard. Yeah, 6'4".
Employee of the month, 1524.
Okay, all right. So Spencer, our goal right now for this conversation, all we want to do is we want to talk about the kinds of characters Jeff and I would like to play. Now, there's not a lot of like 2-person campaigns, is there, in Dungeons and Dragons? That's not really a common thing.
I don't think it's too common, but it does end up happening. Yeah.
Well, it's
sometimes you don't have any friends.
Yes, exactly. If there's one contingency we of the role-playing ilk have to prepare ourselves for, it's less people showing up than we thought.
Can I just say, like 2 pens and a real doll ago, I was like, they're gonna think I'm a loser.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
You're like Cary Grant up here.
Yeah, I am not a. I am a nerd's nerd.
Have you ever tried on stockings and put a pen in your butt, Spencer?
Can't say that I have,
Yeah,
but I'm
well.
interested.
Yeah. Well, what a square.
All right, so it happens. I think that because I know that in creating parties of Dungeons and Dragons characters, what you want is a kind of balance. Like, it's possible for Jeff and I to both be magic users or both be fighters, but we probably want to balance ourselves a little.
Yeah, you want some some heavy meat to take some damage and some. Yeah, you want to balance.
Sweet as taboo.
I've never played this. I have no idea what either of you two are talking about.
All right, well,
now.
let's walk them through it, Spencer. It's like, if I'm assuming that the 3rd edition of Dungeons and Dragons hasn't changed the fundamentals. It was like there's class. Class is like occupation. There's fighter. Well, you list.
All right, yeah. So mostly it's just like classes. There's the barbarian, which is a barbarian. There's a bard, which tells magical stories and can cast spells and cause people to double over in painful laughter. There's clerics. They channel their power of their gods. Let's see. Druids. They're kind of like hippies, but with magic. You got fighters, they have big swords and whatnot. You got, let's see here. All right, you got monks, which are kind of like martial artists, like Jackie Chan kind of people. You got your you got your paladins, which, they smite evil in the name of their gods and are usually jerks. There's rangers.
Jeff's hand shot up when he heard that description.
You got the Rangers, which is like Legolas from Lord of the Rings. He's got a bow. He uses 2 swords, that sort of thing.
And they're kind of nature experts.
Yeah, they can hunt. They can have beast pets, sort of thing. Like Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Like Taint Master?
Almost.
And wait, is that are those thieves and assassins?
Yeah, there's thieves, which are rogues. They can be like assassins or just thieves, stealing stuff or sneaking on high ledges.
I'm going to go for... what's a barbarian do?
Barbarians fly into dangerous rages in which they shrug off even the fiercest of damage.
I'll take that. I'm a barbarian.
All right.
Sounds good.
So then I definitely I feel like
Can I wear a suit? Can I be a barbarian in a suit?
Yeah. No, it could be like ripped, cut off like slacks.
Sweet.
barbarian in a suit.
Cut off slacks.
That's a librarian. I should offset that then with like a spell casting kind of occupation.
Yeah, like a bard or a druid or a wizard.
I think I'm just gonna go straight up the middle because it looked like you've got a barbarian, and then I should be a cleric or magic user.
Yeah, a cleric or a druid.
I'm gonna say magic user so that we have some offensive capability between the two of us. Thank you. Get a little bit of applause there from Rob Schraub. So then there's class. That's the first choice you make. So we've done that. Then there's race.
Yeah,
my favorite. The most exciting thing in the world to me.
You're a Filipino bard.
You want to run down the races?
Yeah, you got humans. Those are us.
Oh, he's good. The right man for the job.
You got your elves. Most people know what elves are. They live in trees. They're like bows and
They're
arrows.
tall, but some people think elves are little shrimpy people.
They make cookies and...
Yeah, like this isn't a Keebler elf, is there? Well, actually, yeah, Lord of the Rings. Now everybody knows that it's Orlando Bloom. Okay.
You got half elves, which are half human, half elf, loved by all. They're accepted.
Okay.
That's just true. That's the game.
Don't hate the role player.
Okay.
You got halflings, which are really, really short people, kind of like toddlers if they looked old.
I think I'll be human. I'll be a human magic user.
Pussy.
All right.
This dwarf barbarian is going to beat your ass. Am I a gnome or a dwarf?
You're probably a gnome. You could be a dwarf, but that's less hilarious.
Gnome it is.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, unless we have any specific requests that we want to talk about, like concepts that we want to, because part of your job now as a dungeon master, from what I understand, is he's going to go roll our characters. This is a comedy, so some of it involves actual die rolling, like generating our attributes, which are strength, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. I'm assuming. Stop me if I'm
no,
wrong.
those are all right.
Yeah. Okay, well, but so I mean, we could turn you loose now, and you could roll. There's first level characters. We're going to be very weak, and we're going to have a kind of, and then you'll present them to us next week. You go, here's your character. So maybe we should come up with our names, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm going to guess you're going to be Mitch Nightblade.
No, because I'm going to be a magic user.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll come up with my name. Right now? No.
I don't know. What do you think, Spencer? Do we come up with them now, or do you come back with these characters that are nameless?
You should come up with a name now.
You know what? How about this? Let's let the audience tonight name our characters.
Okay.
All right. I want. Let's see. You right here, sir. Hold your hand in the air, and then you, miss, right there. I want you to put your hand in the air, right there. Yeah. I want you to give me my first name, and I want you to make it. Know me, like something that think of whatever a gnome's name would be, and you something barbaric, okay? And on the count of 3, I want you to say what you're thinking right now. So you, sir, give me the know me first name. You, ma'am, are the barbaric last name. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Cork.
Cork. I am Cork.
Okay. All right.
That fucking backfired.
Yeah, I think I'll just call you Quark, probably.
We'll be on a first name basis for most of it.
I
come from a long line of.
Magic user. Sharpie.
Sharpie butts a lot.
Sharpie butts a lot. Okay. All right. No wrong answers. Sharpie butts a lot. The magic user.
We're definitely starting off on the right foot.
Okay. All right. Well, let's have a hand for Spencer. He's going to go do some hard work for us.
Spencer.
And thank you, Spencer. Yeah, he's gonna go do those characters, and then next week he'll come to us with what he's created, and then we'll just examine them, and that'll be we probably won't start playing next week, but then because then we'll have time to. I'm not gonna produce the show in front of you guys. We'll talk about it later.